Hello.
I really wish the microphones were up during that. Getting myself ready. I've got David Attenborough in my corner. I hate that countdown, and that show you watch is shit. You should watch it by yourself. And showtime! Welcome to the Lucy Show, where I'm Lucy.
Nothing but not honest.
I'm Lucy Orchard, and this is my mother, producer Chris. We've made it through another week, and it's been a heat wave. So if you are new to the show, please tell me where you are, who you are, what you're up to. Sometimes I'll ask you questions.
And sometimes you won't.
Sometimes I won't. And sometimes you're all going to message me, bombard me with messages, distract me, and take me off by track. Because believe it or not, I plan this shit. Yes, it was a weekly show called The Lucy Show, where we have different sections, which I'll take you through. And I have nice things to press and put on the screen. And we will start off, as we always do, with the Lucy update.
Well, we haven't said hello to anybody. Is anybody out
but
there?
I was going to check the board first. So if
Sorry.
you're playing the drinking game where my mother tells me how to do the show with no involvement in the planning, ding, 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 drinksy upsy. Let's have a look. We've got John OH. I'm here for the start, for the change. Ooh, well done. Oh, look, that your firstborn. Hi, Mum. Hi, Ray. Hi, everyone. And hi to Mum. Sidekick. Awesome. Welcome to the Christine Show. It's beginning to actually pick up now. That is going to become an actual catchphrase. Tom
Hello,
McDougall. Hello. Tom McDougall, that's for you as well. Hello,
Sorry, Tom. That was for Noel.
Hi. Lou, looking fresh, gorgeous. Thank you very much. Who else we've got? I'm in Jersey on holidays. I've never been to Jersey. You've been to Jersey.
I have
been to
been
Guernsey.
Jersey.
I do get the two confused. But
I've been twice.
Have you?
Yes. Once with bump, once without.
As in pre-bump?
No, I went bump and then post-bump with a small child.
All right, so bump. Then the next one was with child. It made it sound as if you just dumped the child somewhere and went off to Jersey. And is Jersey where Bergerac is based? Yeah. Louise Reed, go Mum. So my question that I'm going to ask you all this week is, and I was looking at it, we've got Roger, we've got Leona, hello, Carl Morgan Pritchard, hello, darling, I haven't seen you in bloody ages. My question is, and I saw it, what is the name of the alcohol that you can no longer drink due to the fact you drank too much of it? I got inspired because I saw some young'uns in the pub on Friday night, and they were doing shots. And that's not peculiar. They're young people. They're in the pub. They're enjoying the prime of their life. They were doing shots of port, and unfortunately, I had an incident circa 2003 where I drank a bottle of port, and I remember getting up from my room. It was when I was living in Forest at the bottom. And I remember ping-ponging my way down the corridor towards the toilet. And do you remember it was so damp? We had that shower curtain up to stop the damp getting in from the outside.
I thought it was tarpaulin.
Do you know what? A shower curtain. Didn't that sound classier than just we had a tarpaulin up? It was a proper dingy digs. And I vomited port, and I put my hand up like that. And what I did is I managed to make it go further and in different angles. And I made the comment to the little ones, I haven't had alcohol that's had port since 2003, at which point they pointed out, I don't think they were born.
So what are they doing in the pub drinking?
Well, no, 2003. Think about it. They're probably 18.
Just.
Yeah. So I took I clutched my pearls, I took my Zimmer frame, and I scarpered very slowly.
I think.
Tony Middleton, what is this shockingly good entertainment that you found yourself watching? Tom, family lives in Jersey. Ooh. Well, I've never been, and I would love to go.
Oh, well, just outside St Helier, there's a roundabout, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's the first time I've ever seen a sign that says, please use the zip system.
Oh, for those of you that can't drive or can't drive well, it's where you give way to each other one at a turn, like is it? Oh, go on. What are they? Jerseyans, Jerseyites, Jersey Shores? What's the
Jumpers.
jumpers? Lou has
As
put
opposed to cardigans.
Lou has put vodka for me. I think I remember having a swig of some cheap vodka when I was about 14, and I just thought that's the inside of my mouth burning off. I think it was Print Caspian or something like that, and it like with a capital K. It was proper litre for $4.99, that sort of jobby. And I'm not that fond of vodka now.
I have to say, I just like it all.
You just like it all. There's no stopping with them. Even Pernod.
I know.
No, no.
Or Ouzo.
Roger,
Nothing
he
is
once
like
had
that.
water, made him feel vile.
I hate water too, Roger.
Has to be flavoured with alcohol. Young'uns, so they were only in their 30s, says Dr. Noved, sorry, John Humbry. Leona, there is no drink that I have been ill on. That's because, Leona,
you don't
drink. I am trying my hardest. Some of you will notice that we're not dressed up to the nines and in sequins with our doodah hair because it's bloody boiling.
It is so
it's hot.
So
it's
clammy.
so hot. It's September. It's September. I should be trying to
but
get
you
my
see,
leggings back
I remember
on. September. I just wanted to rhyme.
I remember 1976,
Right.
and it was like this all the way through the summer.
All the way through. Well, it must have been awful to have been pregnant. And I can imagine a child born in that heat wave could only be pure evil. Happy birthday, Noel.
It's not his birthday yet.
No, but you said summer of 76.
Yeah.
Yeah, which includes...
Well, next week.
She has to argue. Let's pretend we're in a comedy show, Chris.
Yeah.
Trish Sullivan, I remember 1976, but...
Yeah.
But what, Trish? Lovely to hear from you. John Hambry, I downed half a bottle of vodka at 14, never touching the stuff again. No. And
I've never been a lover of vodka, so I've never drunk it.
no, but I remember Clodagh had a bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Her sister bought it for us. And of course, when you're 14, you got a bottle of vodka. You don't understand what a mixer is.
No, you just think you got to drink it straight.
Oh, what's this? I mean, it says it does my wheel hubs. It'll bring my windows up a shine. Let's have a couple of glugs on that. Oh, I'm so grown up. Let's have some more. Carl, yes, that's me, Lucy in 1976, baby. Oh God, there's a load of them before they set a coven upon me. I want to say hello and welcome to everybody, but we need to all send our love to my friend Lizzie, who is currently a little bit ill because it's not COVID. She's got man flu.
I hate that saying because it makes it sound as if women are never ill.
No, Lizzie is currently walking around with entitlement, a chip on her shoulder, and deserves praise every 30 seconds. So well done, Lou.
I
Well
suppose
done,
that is
Lizzie.
like a man.
Well done. Yes, she's got white privilege.
Up to you.
Goth privilege. But yes, sending lots and lots of love, and I hope you're feeling lots better. Trish doesn't remember the weather. Yeah, she used to drink. She was a goer back in 76. Good time, Trish, they used to call her. Oh, fuck off here, Sullivan. The other side of it today is the other day was actually 7 years since we've lost Joan Rivers.
Wow.
Yes. And you know what? If we dug her up now, she'd look exactly the same.
Okay.
And even though it's
That's
I'm not
really good embalming.
I'm
over
not
there.
doing. Trish said I was probably stoned.
Yeah, more like it.
More likely. But I'm going to give you a couple of one-liners from Trish. Thinking of a great female comedian. Thinking of Joan Rivers, and one of her lines I liked is, "I knew I was an unwanted baby when I saw my bath toys were a toaster and a radio." People say that money is not the key to happiness, but I figured if you have enough money, you can always have a key made. And this one, which you probably don't realise is Joan Rivers because it's such a famous joke, is the first time I see a jogger smiling, I'll consider it.
Yes, they always look so stressed, don't they?
Joan Rivers looking the same. She also said, I wish I had twins so I knew what I looked like without plastic surgery. She's absolutely inspirational. And you know what? You don't have to own the DVDs. If you put Joan Rivers into YouTube, you can get so much of the audiences with and all of her stand-up and all of her Lou Sullivan appearances as well. Because she was the first female to ever be invited to sit down at the sofa. She broke boundaries. And to imagine there'll be another female comedian that's as inspirational and as groundbreaking as her, would be lucky to meet her. This show, oh, hang on, this could be good, could be bad. This show looks like it's being filmed from inside a uterus, expecting a gynecologist to open up that sheet in the middle. Oh, thanks, Tone.
That's lovely.
He thinks we can afford a gynae.
Well, I don't have my own.
I don't have periods, and she doesn't anymore either. So it's like a library in there. Shh. Going on, I'd just like to say a big thank you as well to some of my colleagues that were superstars, because there's been a bit of a yard war where I park my truck, and I've been kind of people are trying to edge me out. And on Friday, my best friend at work, he moved the trucks to make sure there was room for me.
Oh, that's so sweet.
But at this point, I'm like, fuck you all, I'll park somewhere else. And when I saw him in the pub later, he went, did you see that I moved the trucks? And I went, no, I didn't even go in the yard. And his little face was so disappointed. So I want to say sorry. Thank you very much for including me. And I'm sorry I'm a snooty bitch in this weather. But I
wouldn't apologise for that.
But I also want to add, my air conditioning is broke and I'm driving a magnifying glass or a truck. I've decided to surround myself in a greenhouse and to travel around the sun, hopping from shade to shade. And I got home today and my car was blocked in. And Ian was amazing. He looked at my face. He asked what was wrong. I said my aircon is dead. And he identified that my car was blocked without speaking. I saw him dart from one side of the yard to the other, looking for the keys for this work van. And he moved the truck away and just silently just nodded and walked off. And I think what he did to mankind, honestly, Ian, we salute you. Thank you. And a big up to Tom. Tom is trying to fill bags of soil at the moment. And lots of soil goes into the hopper.
Yeah.
And he puts the bag under the hopper.
Yeah.
And it fills it.
Yeah.
The hopper's broken.
Oh.
So someone's got to do this. He's got to climb in the hopper and basically shovel it.
Okay.
I pointed out it looks very much like a scene from Casualty.
Wouldn't it be easier just to shovel?
No, because it's a weighted. It's a system. Okay. I also offered if there was anything that could be an alternative to this. Oh, Tony's off. Bye, Tony. We hope to see you next week at 9. And thank you for joining in on the chat. Roger has put, women do get colds, but they can't get man flu, which is probably awful. It's probably as bad as the pain you lot keep going on about with childbirth. Nah, nowhere near. Doesn't even touch the sides. So I want to say a big thank you to all the guys that this week that have helped me from killing people, whether or not that was just entertaining me with possible death, or helping me leave without possible death. I know it's a theme, but I mean, I'm Welsh. Anything above foggy and 12 degrees, I'm miserable. I mean, the guys that are watching that drove with me in Europe during like Frankfurt, like 37 degrees temperatures, I just tapped out of life. I left. There was a woman at work, a horrible piece, and she entertained herself by bullying me. And she was always on my back. Are you doing anything? Have you got a job? Are you being lazy? And I said, I can't do anything, guys. I can't do anything. I'm not even a paperweight. And one guy gave me his truck keys to hold when he went off and did something. Now, he could have put these keys in his pocket. He propped me up against his truck. He put his keys in my hands and went off. And I stood there for half an hour doing my job. So this horrible piece of shit couldn't have a go at me. Oh, if you're watching, we like the viewership. John saying, I didn't think it took warm weather to turn you into a misery guts. Up yours. I keep my misery separate for you, darling, because you deserve it. Jane is watching. Hello, my love. Right, bruv. Right, bruv.
Hello, Jane.
Hello. And a big hello to the tarmackers I worked with last week. It's health and safety now that I can't do some of the work at the back of the truck, but I do get out and talk to them because, well, I'm doing it, entertain myself. They took ages. It was quite boring, but they were really funny and it was nice. I used to work with them about 5 years ago. I remembered some of them, and it was nice having a natter and having a laugh. And there were no po faces and people that took themselves seriously. Hopefully they said that they'd be watching this week. If I see you again, I will test you. They sent me back with some tarmac, and they thought that it was going to get stuck in the back of my truck and it was going to take me hours to dig it out. And it came out in one. Yes, that was my week. And also, I've been passing. Do you know the roundabout by the pet food shop?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's roadworks going on there, and they haven't seen a female truck driver before.
Shock horror.
No, I know. And I have to go that way.
Headlines.
I know. I have to go past there quite often. And it's got now to the point where they all salute me.
Do you salute them back?
No, I wave because, you know, it's amusing for everybody.
And do the royal
and I have to say, a wave or a salute is much nicer than this one that I get off some male drivers that don't realise that a female can drive a truck, which is this. Utter scowl or
shock
horror. I'll take a smile and a wave anytime. Thank you, guys. Keep the work up. I have a gig coming up on this Saturday in Taunton, September 11th. Like we mentioned in the plug section at the end, which is...
Oh, it is this week. Noel's birthday is Saturday.
Yeah.
Good grief.
Yep. Something else to remember Noel's birthday by, other than the obvious. I'll get to that. But it's in the 68 Club in Taunton, and I'm trying to look at what to do because the gig is actually on September the 11th. Now, historically, that's not known as the funniest day of the year. So I am going to be focusing quite heavily on the fact it's my brother's birthday. And I was thinking of doing something along the lines of, it's my brother's birthday. He's a lovely guy. I'm going to shout into the audience, say, Mum, did he turn up? And you shout, no. And then I rip into him. If you don't want me to bomb Noel, you can turn up. I know you did say you had plans with other friends, though. And I only tried to book you back for this in March. It's very busy, very busy. Yes, Lou, I can't believe I've got a gig. I set it up in March. I kind of expected it to be cancelled, but it isn't. So there's no turning back on that one. I'm going to bomb. Thanks, Trish. Too soon? I mean, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Quite a few years.
It's been quite a few years.
Is it not 20 years?
Is it?
I'm sure it's Noel's 25th birthday.
Oh, fuck. Doesn't time fly? When you're facing never-ending despair. Lou, don't say poor bro, because it means that I'll never forget my brother's birthday, because the newspapers are always covered in 9/11 news, and sadly, the disaster that happened reminds me. Better bring my brother. That's fair enough, sis. I am free in March. You're such a prick. Trish is 20 years. Fucking hell. Right. Wow. In that case, I really am older than I thought. Because it is about me. Some of you will have seen as well, I've been on the radio and I've been posting a lot, and yes, this is a comedy show, but I'm also going to use the platform. I just want to make it very clear, there is not a driver shortage in the UK currently. There is a shortage of well-paid jobs. So comically, we're seeing newspaper articles saying that truck drivers are the reason why we can't get the vaccine delivered. Because there aren't enough truck drivers, there's going to be no wine at Christmas. They are one step away from putting a poster up that says, kids, get nothing on Christmas Day, blame a trucker. And that is because jobs that pay over £9 an hour, living wage, some would say, that don't expect 50 hours plus the rest and the rest of your life, are very few and far between. I know plenty of truck drivers.
But let's be fair. People think that truck drivers are on about £20 an hour.
Oh, I've seen comments. I don't know what they're complaining about. They're on 56 grand a year.
Where?
If I was on 56 grand a year as a truck driver, I'd have a fucking chauffeur. Sod it. I'd trick someone into poor labour. I'd still walk away with 30. Put me card in, mate.
Darling, you could afford to have somebody, because your air conditioning isn't working, you could have somebody
Don't
sitting
waft
with
me. Also, I would like to say that I found a swimming costume that I bought, but I hadn't had the inclination or the weather to try it on. So I tried it on today, and I bought it without trying it on. And for women, you bought a swimming costume without trying it on? I know, I'm a fucking maverick. And I absolutely adore bikinis and swimming costumes. I am beach ready due to the fact I have a body.
Yes. Always a help.
Always a help. I say to my friend, Leona has offered to be my wafter. Thank you, my love. I'd be honoured to be wafted by you.
Be ready to be picked up at stupid o'clock.
Yeah, I'll probably pick it around about 6:05, if that's all right. Give you a chance to do my daily checks, do my paperwork, and put my stuff in the cab. I'll be busy kicking the tyres and having a fag. So I bought a swimming costume, but I'd like to point out to people of non-female gender, there are many, you may not realise, but about 6 years ago, 6 years ago, somebody decided that women don't like their tits. I know, awful. Women are banging on about pro-choice and consent all the time. So could you explain to me now why every single swimming costume and every single bikini comes ready with implants? Do you know what these are? These are sponges. Do you know what happens to sponges when you get them wet?
They get all heavy.
They get all heavy. So you want us to not only wish we had bigger tits at all times, you want to make our boobs bigger and heavier. Possibly if you've got weak material, they'd start sagging downwards. Is that what you want?
Not a pretty sight.
I've been very fortunate because I've got the good day to Loz, made it again.
Brilliant.
Well done. Hello to New South Wales. I won't ask about your figures. But these figures, yes, someone decided that all women want bigger boobs. That's it.
No, they don't. They get in the way when you run.
I haven't got big boobs. I'm unaffected by this. I suppose when I was younger, I wanted them bigger. And then I saw that bigger girls had to wear bras, and I thought, fuck that. And bras, they cut into you and they're very heavy. I'm very fortunate to be not blessed. But yes, could you tell me, did anyone else get the vote? Is it like the Lisbon Treaty? Did someone just wake up and go, right, everybody?
Found a use.
I can double layer it. Fuck you, COVID. But there are lots of bikinis you can't take these out of. And I would very much like to know why. I only ever buy bikinis and swimming costumes that I can remove the fillets out of. But please, this really pisses me off.
I hope you're going to pick those up afterwards.
It's all right, I'll get my wafter to do it.
Leona,
come and pick me pads up. But I also remember I went shopping in Poland with two friends, Jerry and Chappers. I don't know if you're watching this, but I wanted a bikini. And it was then I realised that all bikinis had padding in them. And it was a whole bikini shop. It's all they sold. I went in, I went along the rail, all padded. And I thought, what am I missing? So I went into the next swimwear shop, all padded. And I started getting really huffy. And Chappers and Chappers and Jerry are like, what's wrong, babe? And I said, I like my boobs. I don't want a padded bikini. At one point, I think they went in because they didn't believe me. They were like, fucking hell, babe, they're all padded. Try and guess whose accent I was doing at a Chappers and Jerry. Jerry. But yeah, Lord, bloody stupid, isn't it? I just don't. I mean, women must be designing these too. So these people have got boobs. At least there's got to be a lucky six throw chance that at least one of these female designers doesn't hate their boobs, therefore wouldn't want padded boobs. I don't understand.
Yeah, well, there's the other way of looking at it, that some small ladies would prefer to have bigger boobs.
Yeah, well, so go to the padded boob section.
Or ask for infills.
Yeah, you know.
They could make them without.
Opt in.
And you can...
I'm trying to save people money on padding here. Oh, just as I talk about padding for tits. Hi, Mark. Love you too. You just missed my Jerry impersonation. But yes, that is the Lucy update. What can we take from that? I work with nice people. It's fucking hot. I've got no air conditioning. I'm a miserable bitch and I like my tits. There we go. Moving on.
That just about covers it all.
Just about covers it all. Moving on to the village update. Do you know what? This time last week, Leona was gushing around. She was chasing a flood, wasn't she?
Of course,
Of course she was, because she couldn't watch a village update. I had to send her the crime stats later. Which I did. Lauren, nice roundup. Thanks, babe. Let's have what have you put? Well, it wasn't Chappers or the camera on your laptop, or your Chappers or the camera on your laptop would have got covered in spittle. I read that really quickly and I thought you were saying that Chappers had a camera on my laptop, and I was thinking, what? I like my tits, but I don't want anyone else to like them. So the village update. Now we're going to do a round of applause to a young lady on one forum who I always say it's not your lack of resources, it's your lack of
resourcefulness.
Yes, it is. And she put on there, are there any jobs going locally?
Right.
12 replies. That is what we like. Go out there and get the world. The universe needs to hear you realise it. It's what happens. If you put it out into the world, the universe comes back and helps you.
If you don't ask, you don't get.
What's my little Lou saying? Have so many plaids floating around. I don't know why I keep them. I know. Bin the pads. We don't need them. If you've taken them out, what do we do? Save them for special occasions in case it's half an hour where you don't like your tits.
You've just found that there's a use for them.
Oh, are they stuffly though? Stuffly. I've invented a new word.
Stuffly.
Stuffly. Go and do a shop. It doesn't work. But yeah, they're it's like, you know, you cut the little bra, the little hooks. You've got the little hooks inside your t-shirts and dresses. Nobody ever hangs them up like that, but no one ever cuts them off. She does because she's fucking odd. What I do is I cut them off, I tie them together, and I make cat toys. There we go. Make and mend with Lucy. I'm like Martha Stewart, but without the criminal record.
But you did do some craft stuff last year, didn't you?
I did. Oh, do you know what? We'll bring that back when I can be bothered.
And even if we can remember what you did.
I made a candle stick from the who you remember the Matthias Rosé bottles.
Yeah.
And I dripped wax on it and I made a proper candle holder.
From like the 1970s.
Yeah, exactly. Put a bit of demi roux sauce on. Had some Black Forest Gatto after our prawn cocktail. Totally true.
Don't mock a prawn cocktail.
Don't mock a prawn cocktail. I know. I mean, they're little sea maggots, but yeah, it's fine.
They're not that big.
They're probably full of fucking microplastics as well.
Oh, I know. But so delicious.
Right. This is a question. Last couple of weeks ago, I mentioned about how they've had a kids' pool opened and it was really lovely and lots of the kids went there and they're so young and stupid, they don't care that they're jumping into cold water. Then the next week, I complained that somebody broke in and broke glass. Then the next week, I said about how that kid went in the pool and cut her foot. Then I said about the volunteers that have cleaned up the glass. Well, it's time for the pool to be shut for this season. Great. That was a great 5 weeks, guys. We're in the middle of a heat wave.
shut the swimming pool.
Right. I mean, keep it open on the weekends.
Ah, right. So you know the swimming pool you were saying was shut.
That's the one around there, yeah.
Yeah. But the one in the leisure centre, that's still open.
Yes, they haven't shut the leisure centre. They've only shut the kids' pool that was open literally minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 people used it, far too many.
Yeah, shut it down. I do think until it's icy, keep it open on the weekends.
What, an outdoor? Are you mad?
If you had forced me to go swimming in cold waters, I might not be as precocious as I am now. I'm just going to leave that with you as your parenting. I have been.
Your school had an indoor swimming pool.
Yeah, and all the other swimming pools I went to, I literally, as an adult, I will pay my money. I will go into the swimming pool. I'll change into the costume, walk all the way through. I'll have the shower, get there. I'll put my toe in the water. I'll go, fuck that. I'll turn around. I'll walk straight in the changing rooms. I'll get dressed and I'll go home if the pool is too cold. I've got low blood pressure. You can't be having it. So hang on, Lou. You're right. Put it out to the universe. Right, universe. Can you make your swimming pools a bit fucking warmer?
I think it's probably to get a greater turnaround of people and make you swim to get warm.
Because you
Yes, but I'm one of those ladies that keeps their head right above the water.
Hello to Shane from Weekly Bazaar.
Well,
Last week we had Alex Riley.
Shane.
This week we've got Shane, and Shane is celebrating that all of his crowdfunder from Dawn to Dead. It is Dawn to Dead, isn't it? I didn't get that wrong.
Dead to Dawn.
All of his crowdfunder has been met.
Brilliant.
Fucking brilliant. Well
Was
done.
that a million?
If it was,
Can we have
can we have some?
sir?
I'm seeing adverts recently for people to rent out skips. Now, I love watching people put skips on their front lawn, and then by the next day, in
It's
the
full.
middle of the night, the neighbours break in. Well, not break in, but they just dump. You've got Shane is. Oh, it's Dead by Dawn. What did I say? I said Dead by Dawn.
Dawn by Dead?
Dawn by Dead.
Oh, I don't know.
It's Dead by Dawn, the comic Dead by Dawn. Look it up, Google it, find out if you can still donate. I believe you can still donate. No one's ever said stop giving us money. So yes, if you would like to support a fantastic product, a fantastic comic made by fantastic people with a great storyline, look up Dead by Dawn. Don't know who Dawn is, but she sounds nasty, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe her air conditioning's not fucking working either. So yeah, do you know what you can get now? You get skips, but they've got locked roofs.
Oh, that.
I feel like getting one just to stop people from putting stuff in. Like, just use it as an outdoor storage.
Yeah.
Fill it with water, have your own kids' pool.
Now that's an option. The only thing is to have it on a level that they could actually do a little bit of swimming. They'd be drowned.
Shane, she's nowhere near as scary as you, winky face. Winky face. And I take that as a compliment. Roger's put, she's not lying, took over an hour to get up to her waist in Lake Geneva. Yep. Actual fact. Just as it going, it's just going past my knee. I've got to acclimatise. And if one more person says, "Ooh, just get into your shoulders," fuck off. I'll drown you. Hello, Jason, and welcome. Big love to Indiana.
Hello.
And hey, fan of the lockable skip. Loz is on board with that. I also, I have been partaking because to do this. I go on all the local forums, and I swear, guys, you should go on all of your local forums because it's not just about finding out about what frivolous gossip and silliness has been going on. Like I said, that young lady, she managed to find a job that way. Lockable skips. Who knew that you could get lockable skips? But there's competitions you can enter as well. And I entered a competition for us.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm not telling anyone here what it is, so it keeps the number of people down.
I hope it's not the last one we won.
No, we haven't been back in touch with them. I'm going to negotiate on that. Just jump in, Shane. Oh no, I actually said to Mum the other day, let's go swimming. I promise I'll go with the swimming pool. I was lying. It's going to be cold, isn't it? It's going to be fucking freezing.
Yeah. I think we should imagine it.
Yeah. The competition was for a meal somewhere.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. Only an hour and a half away. But still, it's a free competition. You can enter where you want. I mean, it'll cost us about 60 quid in fuel. Possibly take over 3 hours there and back. But hey, free meal.
Yeah.
What I'm loving as well as seeing is that the online fitness classes are still happening. So those bloody women doing the boot camp. You can shut up. You can speak in a minute, Chris. Right? Those bloody women standing in parks in Lycra with kettlebells. Nobody cares about your boot camps. First rule of boot camp. I don't want to hear about fucking boot camp.
No, don't mention it.
Yes, we did try online yoga. It didn't suit us. But it is nice to know that you can do yoga whilst drinking wine and smoking.
And also, we had kittens at the time.
Oh, the cats were all over us.
Yeah. It was really difficult. With 3 kittens, it was just a non-starter.
They were all over the bloody place. They were more places than we were. And we were the ones taking part in the class. Alex, if you're watching, hello, namaste. But it's nice to see that there are some people who did like the enjoyment of doing the exercise in their own house and not having to get up and travel and park and all sorts of accessibility.
You can't really do yoga with a mask on because it's all about breathing, and masks.
Well, this is Pilates. And I think her name was
Pilates.
Yeah, this was and it said Pilates was Rachel online, and I thought her surname was online. I was like, well, that's good. No, that she's just
Rachel
online. Let's have a look. You seem like you'd be very competitive if it's competition you will compete at. Yes, I am very competitive. I have been known to be a sore loser, and maybe sometimes I get slightly aggressive in a competition. What I would like to say is, if there was a pub quiz, I'll consider letting you on my team. I don't mean to say that I carry the pub team, but I carry the pub team. Roger, you're joining in on this one, and you're allowed to agree. The answer is yes, you carry the team. So we've got one person put on their advert. September the 6th, sorry, is Procrastination Day. And I wondered if it's true or not, but I couldn't be bothered looking it up.
And also, it's taken you till the 7th to read it. So is that not procrastination in itself? It is the 7th today.
Knowing the date and showing off about it, 2 different things.
Yeah.
Hey, to my friends watching Australia, it's the 8th.
Yes.
Yes. See, thank you, Lou. Thank you, Lars. There was a Christmas competition as well, and I didn't enter it on principle. They need to fucking chat with themselves. It's a heat wave.
Oh yeah.
I can hear this in Loz's voice as well. Cal won't let me on the pub. Cal won't let me on the pub trivia team for Harry Potter trivia. Not fair, I say. She won't let you. That's mean. You should expel her armus her.
Oh God.
I'm 80% sure if that works as a joke. She doesn't like snakes, so I've had to watch the films on my own, usually on my phone.
Somewhere out of the house.
Big production? About an iPhone 7. I've noticed as well, there is a lot of people that are selling stuff or doing stuff or making stuff, and they always end that it's from a smoke-free, pet-free house. And it always makes me think fun-free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pompous.
Yeah. Like if I say smoke and pets.
Should it also read vegan?
Vegans are viewers too, Mum. Her
don't care.
opinions aren't mine. And I had a little bit of an incident with the keyboard lady. Let's have a look. Yes, we are very competitive, and a bad loser. Actually, leaving a lake in Norway to actually go and do her bloody job. I think you were very unfair. I had assimilated by then. I am the Queen of Norway, and this is my principality. Yes, I can sulk. And in this fucking heat, you're lucky I'm doing the show. I did consider for half a second packing it off. Why did I take the break during my holiday when it was clouded? I should have done it then, and I should have been lying in bed with the fan on us. Now, I had a run-in with a woman on Amanda. Oh, Amanda, you made it in perfect timing. Amanda, hello.
Hello, Amanda.
It was brought to my attention that there was some beef on the local message board regarding the shop from the village. And this woman, I'm going to call her Karen. She basically, she wanted some sellotape to stick on the back of her envelope that she bought from the shop. And she wasn't allowed to have any for free, or she was given some for free, but she was given free attitude with it. So instead of complaining to the shop, she went onto Facebook to complain about it. So I might have put something along the lines of, always perfect, always 100% to you. That shop didn't shut during the lockdown. And I think I may have ended it with, they do sell sticky tape if you need it. And just to make sure that the argument's even sweeter, she has replied, and I'm not going to read it.
I wouldn't bother either.
I've had me say, love, wind your neck in and piss off. So Amanda, I'm sorry if you've been dealing with grumpy people. I looked at her profile picture. Snooty bitch is what I would say. So yeah, she was annoyed that she wasn't allowed anything for free. Roger, Steve and myself stopped drinking the elephant just to watch this. A crack on pet. I'm a ruler. I'm a ruler. And why have you stopped drinking to watch this show? I've never said that was in the rules. Lauren.
Why are they outside in the car?
Louisa, if you don't put it on Facebook, it didn't happen. Yeah, why have you got to stop drinking to watch this? You know, everyone else on the chat, they're all drinking. If it wasn't for the fact it was
Except
a school
for Leona.
night, except for Leona, because she's got a cup of tea with her. We've got apple juice with frozen raspberries to try and make ourselves that we've got a life.
Yeah.
One woman found, got a lol from Leona. A woman had a barking dog until 1:41 a.m. Wasn't 20 to 2. No, it was 1:41. And the police didn't want to do anything. And, oh, sorry, Loz is not drinking alcohol. The Australians are drinking alcohol due to the fact that means they have a problem, or they're legends.
Also the time for her.
Yeah, exactly. But she can wake up and have a Baileys and a coffee.
I don't think the train people like it.
You don't have to know.
It's when she goes through the station.
It's okay, I got
stopping
this.
for people.
Let me stop. I want to put a mixtape on. I'll take your tickets, but we're doing a conga. So yes, she wanted to get up, get dressed, and she wanted to go and find the dog. She was that enraged. She just didn't. Love that. Steve had the only cold bottle, and we put the last of it on our ice cream. Don't blame me then, you gutzos. Piss poor preparation, boys. If you've only got one bottle, you should have bought another one, shouldn't you?
Failing to prepare is preparing to fail.
Yes, it is. It's not about your lack of resources, it's about your lack of alcohol.
Yes. Alcoholness.
Yeah, alcoholness. Legend here. Lauren's putting the Baileys in a coffee as we speak. High five. It's hedge cutting time, which will bring a lot of people to happiness because, the hedges are overgrown. Don't cut the hedges. The birds are in there. You can't cut them. It's against the law. It is legal to cut your hedges now, but you will have to look in there to make sure there are no nesting or hedges or hedgehogs. What's wrong with saying hedges?
I knew what you meant.
Yeah.
But the birds won't be nesting at the moment.
You never know.
What, late
There
starters?
might have been a sparrow that was putting a career on, at first, for a bit, and she thought, "Oh God, I'll have a nest." So she was a bit later than the others, but
What, put it off COVID?
she shouldn't be judged like the rest of us. Do you know what? There might be birds that built a nest and they're just enjoying it, somewhere to sit for themselves, and they've got lots of room because they decided not to have any eggs. Whatever you want, birds. Always check your hedges. Oh, there is a play. I like to come up with things for us to do that we don't do.
Mm-hmm.
In Taunton, The Hollow by Agatha Christie.
Oh,
I don't know that one.
When is it?
I didn't write that down.
Oh, for God's sake.
Come on, play the game.
I know, but...
I know it's in Taunton.
Yes.
I can look it up. It's fine.
Yes, please.
It's on the Taunton's map page. Now, I said, at the beginning of the summer holidays, they had all the uniform swaps, didn't they?
Yep.
What did I say?
That they should leave it till the end because children grow.
Well, guess what? This week, all the forums are covered with loads of uniforms to swap because their children grew during the holidays. Old Mother Orchard here. Putting the ma in maternal. Putting the turd in maternal.
Yeah, that's more like it.
Just invite Graham to drive down your house. Instant hedging and tree pruning. Oh, God, that's so many. My friend Graham, he drove along, caught a tree. Tree came down, closed the roads, and the council in trouble for not cutting the trees.
Ooh.
Graham, if you're watching, I'll show you the newspaper article later.
Okay.
Now, two things to end on. Oh, sorry, three things to end on. Sorry. One was quite cute. And you see, we found this little teddy bear in the park. Does it belong to anyone?
Oh.
And then everyone, and it's a blue octopus, little blue octopus. And everyone goes, Leona, is it yours? Oh, Lauren, is it yours? Oh, Lou, is it yours? Someone went on and said, oh, thanks for that. It's my dog's. Don't assume that all the toys are for the kids. You get more love back from the dogs. Although not very good at playing fetch.
No, not if he left it.
And I'm amazed. I'm really impressed.
Okay.
Right. So there's if you want to get diabetes quickly, go on Marketplace, and there are people that are delivering to your house boxes of fudge brownies, wafers, all the pick and mix, cakes, anything that
Contains 1,000 calories of sugar.
Yeah. Basically, over lockdown, people are inside and they can't get access to diabetes, so we'll deliver. This company has done it. It's called the Sin Bin Treat Box. They've looked at the Weight Watchers program. You can buy a treat box with either 6 or 12 treats. So they've identified what you can have on Weight Watchers.
Wow.
And they're bringing it to your fucking doorstep.
Aren't they called sins or something?
Yeah, it's called, so they're sin bin treat boxes.
Oh, right.
But they look at what they're like treats, what treats you can have, like sins. So they thought,
Like a straw.
it's like hanging outside an Alcoholic Anonymous meeting and going, I've got some low alcohol beer here if you'd like some. You can have loads of these. So without even using the calories of walking to the shop to get your treats, your sins can be delivered to your doorstep. I mean, ingenuity meets evil. I think that's fantastic. Well done.
Yeah.
And then, as I always go on about how happy I am to see Westcott's Aggregates and how they post all of their tips or other they do on all the local forums. We've just had some red sand delivered. Whoa! I actually saw one the other day and I felt starstruck. I took a sneaky picture. I forgot to send it to Leona. And then I realised what I was doing. And I put my phone down and went back to playing Pokemon. Londis delivers now here. Really?
Where?
To the house.
Whose house?
Noel's. Londis.
Do they sell anything you'd want?
It's a grocery store. It's a convenience store.
Yeah.
No, let me see. He'd have Snickers ice cream, Mars ice cream, Magnums, Cornettos, fudge, Bounty, dairy milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Londis does all of the things my brother eats. My dog has a beaver and takes it everywhere. Makes it interesting for the neighbours when we yell out, "Stop bringing your beaver outside, it's an inside toy." Oh man. Oh, please tell me that you see. Can next time Cal goes out, can you shout that at her? There it is. No, I know, seeing it advertised at the garage. See, Noel knows that I know what he likes. So that is the village update. Quick little trip over to birthdays, and it's all ladies this week.
Ladies' night.
Ladies' night. We have got amazing comedian Lorraine Hoodless, really good friend who just had an absolute smasher of a time up in Edinburgh. My good friend Hannah from Kingsbridge, if you're watching, Hannah, happy birthday, my love. Poet and comedian from Totnes, Lillian Bell, Bellany, amazing lady. Really got enjoyed doing a course with her over the summer. And then the Duchess of the Hoe, the Princess of Plymouth, Susie Bennett herself is having a birthday today.
Gosh.
I imagine that she's being drowned in Doc Martin type gifts. And it was an absolute treat to see her perform the other week. And yeah, I'm just happy birthday, Susie. And if anybody is in Plymouth coming up soon, then if you find yourself in Plymouth, get yourself onto Plymouth Comedy Walking Tours, where Dave Arnold and Susie will walk you. It's a 2-hour walk around Plymouth. It's only slow, trust me. You're not going to get your Fitbit on it, and you will be not rolling in your aisles. You'll be laughing as you walk. I think that's less of a catchphrase, but
Rolling
yeah,
on the pavement.
rolling on the pavement. I'm not in Plymouth. We're not on the pavement. I mean, Christ's sake. I mean, it's we're
I
not
hope
at
you
war.
can mention Knowles because it's Saturday, so it sort of falls in between.
What happens?
two
What's the
weeks.
rules? What's the rules?
I know, but
What's the rules?
I can say it, you know.
Happy birthday for next week. But that's the one exception, because then
It's Saturday.
David Wall's going to be on asking us to do July the 4th. Honestly, that's not.
David Wall's been on, and he said he had a birthday when he didn't have a birthday, and that he had one next year. So, you know.
Oh, we got she is going to call it. Hi, babes. Hi. Hi, sexy bitches. Do you know what, love? We'll take that. Cheers. Thank you for viewership. Let us know where you're from. And the TV and radio section. So this week's radio, I have managed to finally finish Paul Temple.
Did you get through that last bit then?
Paul Temple and the Lawrence Affair. I've been on, it's 8 chapters. I've been on chapter 8, the last half of chapter 8, for about 5 weeks, because I just fall asleep every time I press play. And it turns out,
Oh, that's right. You didn't know who he was.
I didn't know who Mr. Lawrence was. And I don't know if I can announce this, but spoiler alert, he doesn't exist. Yes, it was a ruse. It was a pseudonym. It was to put him off. A pair of blonde bombshells, aren't you? Thank you, Bid Bad McMinnis. Nice tag handler. Also, so I've moved on to on the BBC Sounds app. Agatha Christie, the ABC murderers, but because of that, but because I noticed that it's not my favourite, so I'm starting off with Lord Egerton Dies.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I don't mind it, but you've got to jump the first. Even though the setup is important, you listen to it. It is the voices in the first chapter are quite annoying. So now I've listened to it once. I just skipped to chapter 2. I've been catching up. I've got up to October 2018 on Jason PJ. And
not much further.
No, because I mixed up which I watched. So once I get to beginning of the pandemic, then I can catch up to where we are. It's confusing. I'm zigzagged. But I just really realised, Dave, how much I appreciate Jace Hawkins as a presenter. His craft, his ability to do live radio, and his presenting skills. Yeah. And he can carry an interview, and he can fill air, and he can make you laugh. And yeah, he's just, I have to say that if I was ever fortunate enough to become a broadcaster, he would definitely go down as one of my inspirations. And I've met some absolutely adorable people from watching the podcast as well. So I'm very lucky from listening to the podcast. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not going to read that comment out, but thank you very much for commenting in.
Is it a dick?
No, it just, I don't know what it means. If I don't know what it means, I don't read
Don't
it out.
know.
So we finished Netflix Ragnarok.
Yes.
I mean, I will watch season 3 because I'm in now.
Alone.
I'm in.
I'm not. He's so ugly.
Slow. I don't know what I would have done if I'd found that in time for week 1, episode 1, and I had to wait each week for 1 episode. I don't know. I mean, I imagine that, suicides have occurred. I imagine the children have been
you would
born.
have just turned it off and
Yeah.
not bothered watching ever again.
So I was very lucky that I could watch 2 seasons back to back and have a little binge watch on it. I don't know when
Normally
season
when
3...
I'm at work.
Sometimes we're allowed to watch what I want to watch, man. Then moving on to another favourite of my mother's, I've started watching Netflix Jupiter's Legacy.
Oh my God, if that is the most boring program I've ever caught sight of.
I mean, again, it's slow.
I went out of the room and found my sister.
I'm over halfway through the first episode, and I think they're making a point soon. First episode, halfway through the first season, and we're close to them making sense.
Well, you'll have to wait.
You have to wait. Yeah. It's we caught up on an amazing film. For some of you who haven't seen it yet, it's called Legally Blonde. Wow. We found it, so we watched it.
Yeah.
And what we've been doing is catching up on Sky, because Sky have got all the other channels. We've been watching up on Old Midsummer Murders, and they're not Old Midsummer Murders because we can't remember a thing, absolute thing. I remember
it's like Murder in Paradise.
We watched Murder in Paradise, and out of the entire box set, I remember 2 of them. You remembered none. But no, I don't remember any of them. And God, there's some good cast members in it. Unfortunately, a lot of them have now passed. But they know how to fill a nursing home with A-grade turns. And we watched comedy stand-up on Netflix. And I hope that you can all get this from all around the world from where you're watching. Ari Eldjohn. So it's A-R-I. Just put in Ari, A-R-I. And his stand-up is Pardon My Icelandic. And it was fucking brilliant. Honestly, it was refreshing. I didn't know men were funny. And sometimes you just got to take a punt on a guy, male comedy. You sometimes think, oh, it's going to be a bit, Tinder, masturbation and all that. But no, he managed to make some really good jokes, some good callbacks, some good physical comedy, bit of interaction. Yeah, well done. He ruined it at the end when he brought it back to having a kid. Yeah, this hack. But the rest of it, the stuff about the languages, absolutely brilliant. If you're lucky enough to ever have been able to travel around Europe, or if you ever wanted to, it is bloody brilliant.
But you haven't been to Iceland.
No, I haven't been to Iceland yet. Roger, can we go to Iceland? Think it's only on Sky at present, but try and watch Curfew. 8 episodes, great cast with a few big names, post-apocalyptic car racing, comedy, good... Zombie car racing as a comedy. Oh, she's in.
And
good subplot.
Who's suggesting that?
Roger. Good subplot, bit of intrigue and zombies. What's not to like? My brother might like that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but we don't do zombies.
Lars, love my ass. That's sweet. That's good to hear. I know sometimes you've just got to. Everyone says, oh, are men funny? But sometimes you just got to back that horse. So I'll check it out. And that's Ari, A-R-I. Pardon my Icelandic. I would spell out his surname, but I can't read my writing. So we're going to move on to the plug section. And that is, if you are fortunate enough to live in Somerset or nearby, i.e. Mid-Devon, I will be performing at the 68 Club in Taunton, 8 till late, it says. Probably about 11. But that doesn't rhyme, does it? So yes, if you are able to come and join us on my brother's birthday on Saturday, September the 11th, please come and join us. It's in the place. I haven't been there before. So
do we know where it is?
Not yet.
Well,
I've got the address.
Okay.
Noel doesn't do zombies either. Oh, didn't you ever do Walking Dead?
No.
Right, I want to say a big thank you, as always, to Amanda and Leona, to Chris, to Elizabeth, to Mervyn, to Rachel and Shirley. to the Dream Team, to the Warriors, and of course the Poddies. Thank you ever so much for joining me and my mother.
And did you say Ray?
I didn't say Ray. And
Ray.
And Ray. Yes, thank you so much for watching. But the biggest thanks always goes to you lot. Because without you, I'm just shouting at clouds. So thank you ever so much. Honestly, just an hour a week puts us back to normality. And we are very, very grateful for your patronage. Please, please, please come along and join us. This time next week it'll be episode 3 of 4. And be another hour of gossip, giggles, and reviews. So I will always say proudly, see you next week. I was trying to catch her up to say see you next Tuesday. Damn it, I've been working on that for weeks.
Work harder. See you all next week.
See you next Tuesday. Damn it.
What, do you think I'm stupid?
Love feeding the uterus with you two. Oh, thanks. Love the show. You girls are awesome. Oh, thank you, Loz. Yeah, thank you so much, especially for the Australians watching so early in the morning. That's a big thank you to everyone in Melbourne, Victoria, New South Wales. Thank you ever so much.
Happy birthday for Saturday, Noel. Love you. I would say you ruined my figure, but I never had one in the first place.
when you're off, I'll watch then. I know, no one always had week 5. Bye, Big Bad Mick. Bye.
Bye.
Come on, everybody. Ba-ba. Ba-da-da-da. And the crowd went mild. Thanks, Rog. Do-do-do-do. Bye.